Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, if you're watching in the afternoon. Today is May 22nd, 2020, and I'm going to read Garfield for today. So Liz is saying, let's go out. John says, okay. And then in the second picture, John is gone. And Liz is like, I meant together. And Garfield says, think, Liz, think. Oh, that John. Hello, this is the weather for the next few days.
This is Samantha.
So for today's weather, today, May 22nd, we have PM thunderstorms. So sometime this afternoon, it may storm. The high temperature is going to be 72 degrees, really close to my favorite temperature. The low is going to be 61, so we're still staying fairly warm.
Saturday, May 23rd, AM thunderstorms with a high of 79 and a low of 58.
Sunday, which is May 24th, cloudy, high of 68 degrees, low of 53 degrees.
Monday, May 25th, partly cloudy, 75 is the high and the low is 56.
So there might be some rain throughout the next few days, but go out and enjoy the weather when you can. Here is the vocabulary for our new unit. This is the introductory chapter of vocabulary. The first word is body. Body, right here, is the whole physical part of a person. So that is from your head the whole way down to your toes. The next word that is important is cell. A cell is the small part of a living thing. Think of a cell as those little tiny Lego pieces. How do you put those Lego pieces sets together? With directions, of course. What are the directions? DNA. DNA is the set of directions in each cell that tells how a living thing will look and act. So think of the cell as the Legos and DNA as the directions. The DNA tells the cells how things will look and act. Another word that is important for this introductory chapter is a trait. A trait is a feature that each person has, like being tall or short, or having blue or brown eyes. That is what a trait is. The next vocabulary word is inherit. When you inherit something, that means you get it from a family member. So chances are, if one of your parents has brown eyes, you will inherit their brown eyes. The same with being tall or short. You inherit their traits. One of our other vocabulary words is talent. Talent is something that you are good at. Some talents, like in this little picture, somebody's singing. Do you know anybody that is a really good singer? And do you know anybody that is a really, really bad singer? Then we have maybe somebody that can perform or juggle, riding a unicycle. Some people might have a talent for public speaking. They might have a talent for dancing. There's all kind of talents out there in the world, especially things like being an athlete. Are you really fast? Can you jump really high? Those are talents. And a lot of those talents we inherit from family members. So those are the vocabulary words for this introductory chapter. Our introductory chapter. What is DNA? People, animals, and plants are made up of cells. A cell is very small. We cannot see cells with our eyes. Our bodies have many cells. All of our body parts are made up of cells. Our bones are made up of cells. Our eyes are made up of cells. Our hair is made up of cells. The cells in our bodies work to make more cells. Each cell works to make our body look the way it does. Each cell is a worker. Each cell has a special job to do. How does each cell know what to do? Who is the boss? Who tells cells what to do? DNA is the boss. DNA tells cells what to do. DNA is inside of every cell. It looks like a long ladder. Each rung of the ladder has special directions. So if you were to look at cells and DNA really closely with a microscope, you would see here are the rungs of a ladder, the stuff going across. Okay? And this is what tells the cells what to do. Who's the boss? Who tells cells what to do? DNA is the boss. DNA has directions for each cell. DNA tells cells what color eyes to make. DNA tells cells what color hair to make. Who's the boss? Who tells cells what to do? DNA is the boss. DNA is a good boss. Cells are good workers and listen to the DNA. DNA makes you look like you. The end. When you finish the story in Unique, make sure you go to the question page. So here are the fill-in-the-blank questions. So blank animals and plants are made up of cells. Bodies, tells, cell, DNA, or people.
Have many cells.
So number 2.
Have many cells.
Our blank have many cells. Number 3. Each blank has a special job to do. 4. DNA blank cells what to do. And number 5, blank makes you look like you. Your fill in the blank might look like that. And you may or may not be doing the main idea. So please make sure you go ahead and complete your Unique Learning intro chapter. News to you. Holiday page. Memorial Day, May 25th. People honor U.S. soldiers on Memorial Day. Many brave U.S. soldiers died in wars. They died for our freedom. Americans remember those soldiers on Memorial Day. They put flowers and flags on soldiers' graves. Many businesses and schools close for Memorial Day. Many cities have parades. People gather with their family and friends. They may have cookouts together. Memorial Day is a day to remember. So Memorial Day is on Monday. We do not have any schoolwork to do. And I want you to think about those soldiers that may have passed away. I know a friend whose husband passed away in Afghanistan, and I know my great-great-great-grandfather died in the Civil War. Thankfully, he had children before he went off to war. So this is what Memorial Day is about, and enjoy the long weekend. For the quizzes this week, one of your quizzes is called Map Skills. You're going to be looking at this map to answer several questions. So if we were going to look at it really quickly, let me see if I can zoom in. I can. This right here is showing you north, south, west, and east. So example, if we were looking at the zoo, what is east of the zoo? So it's pointing this way. So east of the zoo would be the pond. What is south of the zoo? Well, if we're looking at the compass here, the key, this S means south. It's going to be pointing below the zoo. So the museum is south of the zoo. When they're asking questions about what street something is on, for example, pretty much everything is off of Main Street. Main Street is this large, long street here. However, what are you turning into? So example, the airport, you are turning off of Main Street to get there. When you are going to the zoo, however, you are turning off of Main Street and then turning onto First Street. So the zoo is off of First Street. So where the opening is to the place, that's the street you're going to use. But north, south, east, and west, go ahead and try that for map skills. The next quiz that you'll be taking this week, if you haven't already, is a grocery ad. So you're going to be looking for prices on this grocery ad. Everyone is going to have some form of time quiz. So whether that is to the 5 minutes, to the minute, or future time. So just remember, the shorthand points to the hour. Make sure it is past that hour before you actually say that number. The longhand points to the minute hand. The minute hand is where you count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then back to o'clock. For example, this one is going past 5, 10, and then you're going to count by ones. 11, 12. Hour hand, minute hand. Everyone has some type of time quiz this week. And the last activity is something that you might use in your kitchen. This is a measuring cup. This one's for liquid. And as you can see, this looks like milk is poured into this measuring cup, and it goes the whole way up to the 1 cup line. If it was only halfway, it would be half a cup. Here's 3/4 cup, and down here is 1/4 cup. So look where the liquid is going and see what line it's closest to. On this side, we're not really going to pay attention too much to this. This is in ounces. Most of our recipes are going to be 1 cup, 3/4 cup, 1/4 cup, and 1/2 cup. So those are your quizzes for this week. If you have any questions, please let me know and try to get your quizzes done today. Parents, weekly check-in forms are due today. Thanks for those who already completed it. If you haven't already, please turn that in to me as soon as you can. Just go ahead and use the link that I sent on Monday via email and remind message. It only takes a few minutes to complete. Those are used for data for your child's IEP progress goals. Every Wednesday, we have a video meeting on Teams. We had 4 students on this week. Hope to see everyone next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Seniors were done as of Wednesday, so congrats to Nasir and Jabari. They will be graduating, I think it's June 3rd, but virtually, I think the video will be available for everyone to see on June 11th. But seniors, you guys can still continue working on Unique just like the rest of us, and you can join in on our Wednesday lessons as well. There is no online school on Monday, and that is because of Memorial Day, which we talked about earlier in this video. So have a wonderful long weekend, and I will see you, hopefully all of you, on Wednesday at 10 a.m.